Most people blame airlines for expensive flights, but they're wrong. There's a hidden mastermind behind every price surge, a quiet MIT professor who built the most profitable algorithm in history. This is the untold story of Peter Belobaba and the invisible empire that controls how much you pay. Belobaba is the architect of yield management, the secret pricing system that extracts billions from travelers worldwide. They call it revenue optimization, but it's really legalized theft. Every time you search for flights, you're entering his trap, a mathematical web designed to squeeze maximum profit from your desperation to travel. It began in 1987 as a solution to airline bankruptcy. Deregulation had unleashed chaos. Legacy carriers were hemorrhaging money to budget airlines selling $99 tickets. American Airlines was losing millions to carriers like People Express, who were practically giving seats away. The industry needed salvation. American Airlines approached MIT with a desperate question. How do you compete with airlines selling dirt-cheap tickets without destroying your own profitability? Most consultants suggested cost-cutting or route optimization. While others debated obvious solutions, Belobaba proposed something revolutionary. What if the same seat could have dozens of different prices? What if an algorithm decided which price each passenger saw based on their behavior? The system he built was diabolical in its simplicity. Airlines don't sell seats, they sell price buckets. 24 to 77 different buckets for the identical seat. Each bucket holds a limited number of seats at a specific price point. When the $199 bucket empties, the algorithm automatically moves remaining seats into the $247 bucket, then $318, then $412. Same seat, same flight, same service, but you're now paying 107% more? The seat hasn't changed. The flight hasn't changed. Only the mathematics have shifted against you. But Belobaba's algorithm goes deeper than simple bucket management. It's watching you. When you search for flights from New York to Los Angeles, the algorithm logs that search. Search again 6 hours later, it flags you as highly interested. Third search in 24 hours, the algorithm now knows you're likely to book. So it quietly bumps your price from $280 to $342. It's not inflation. It's not market demand. It's you. Your behavior told the system you're willing to pay more. The algorithm knows things you haven't even thought about yet. It scrapes event calendars for concerts, music festivals, sporting events, and conferences, then instantly raises prices to those cities. Spring break in Miami, prices surge 6 weeks before students even start planning. Business conference in Vegas? Tuesday morning flights cost 40% more because the system knows corporate travelers have expense accounts. It segments passengers into detailed profiles. Business travelers who book last minute and expense everything. Leisure travelers hunting for deals months in advance. Budget hunters who comparison shop obsessively. Premium buyers who always choose first class. Each profile gets a different price for the identical seat based on perceived willingness to pay. The most unsettling part? The algorithm never stops learning. Every search, every click, every booking, every abandoned cart. The algorithm ingests it all and becomes smarter, more precise, more profitable. It processes billions of data points per day, more than all global credit card transactions combined. American Airlines tested Belobaba's system in 1987 on a handful of routes. The results were staggering. Revenue increased 14% overnight without adding a single new flight or seat. They grossed an extra $500 million that year because of this algorithm. Within 2 years, every major carrier had adopted yield management. United, Delta, Continental. They all licensed versions of Belobaba's algorithm or built their own copies. The entire industry transformed overnight. But airlines were just the beginning of Belobaba's invisible empire. Hotels noticed the massive profit increases and adapted the system for room pricing. Rental car companies followed suit. Then ride-sharing apps like Uber implemented surge pricing. Belobaba's algorithm wearing a different mask. Today, You encounter yield management everywhere. Concert tickets that cost more when your favorite artist announces a tour. Sports events where playoff tickets surge based on team performance. Even some restaurants now adjust menu prices based on demand and time of day. Belobaba's algorithm infected every industry that sells limited inventory. Once travelers figured out how the system worked, they tried to fight back. Clear your cookies, use incognito mode, search on different devices. Book on Tuesdays at 3 p.m. Use VPN to appear in different countries. Travel forums exploded with hacks. Entire websites were built around beating the algorithm, promising insider secrets to find cheap flights. But the resistance was futile. Experts tested these methods thousands of times. The price changes you see aren't because the algorithm is tracking your cookies. They're because those fare buckets are selling out in real time while you're debating whether to book. Other passengers are buying the seats you're looking at. The algorithm anticipated every form of resistance. Today, artificial intelligence has made Belobaba's system even more ruthless. It doesn't just track search behavior anymore. Some systems can detect your device type, your location, even your income level based on your zip code. A study found that Booking.com showed price increases averaging $254 more to users who searched repeatedly versus new users. Costco Travel showed 100% higher prices to returning searchers. The system punishes interest with higher prices. The house always wins, because Belobaba designed the game to be unbeatable. In 2024, airlines generate over $900 billion in revenue globally. Dynamic pricing contributes an estimated 7% year-over-year increase. That's $63 billion extracted annually through mathematics that most passengers don't even know exists. Peter Belobaba never became famous, never launched a billion-dollar startup, never appeared on magazine covers or gave TED Talks. He stayed at MIT, quietly teaching the next generation of engineers how to optimize extraction systems. But every time you refresh that flight search and watch prices jump, every time you wonder if you're being manipulated, you are. You're not paranoid. You're finally seeing the invisible empire Belobaba built. An empire that doesn't need buildings or billboards, just code. And your willingness to pay one more time. They don't just move money, they move human behavior. They've turned your desperation to travel into their most profitable asset, and you never even knew his name. If this changed how you see airline pricing, subscribe and comment below. Which hidden algorithm or extraction system should we expose next?